Philippine Airlines wants to increase their international flights to the Philippines. According to PAL, announced yesterday, it is planning to start increasing its international flights by late October, so next month po. PAL plans to increase flights to where? Okay, to San Francisco, Hong Kong, Los Angeles, Guam, Singapore, Dubai, Doha, Nagoya, and Fukuoka, while continuing special flights to Auckland, Vietnam, and points in Australia. So that is good news. So more international flights, guys, by late October pa siya. On domestic routes, they also want to increase their flight frequencies for Iloilo, Legazpi, Butuan, Puerto Princesa, Bacolod, Dumaguete, and Rojas City. They also want to add more flights between Cebu, Zamboanga, CDO, Bacolod, Butuan, and Davao. It's because in the fourth quarter of the year, talagang mataas yung economic activities ng Philippines. So I think that is quite expected. So more international flights by late October. It means less cancellations, hopefully. But talking about cancellation, Philippine Airlines appealed and urged the government to increase the travel cap. So the travel cap has been, I think so the travel cap has been there ever since the pandemic has started. It has gradually increased, tapos binababaan na naman, tapos increase ng konti. Now the travel cap in Manila is at 2,000. So every day, only 2,000 international arrivals in Manila. According to PAL, that should be scrapped. Tanggalin na yung travel cap, according to PAL. Because it no longer makes sense. Wala na siyang sense. Nonsense na siya, according sa PAL. Sabi nila, according to their president, what we are asking is that the restrictions of travel of fully vaccinated human beings within our islands, within the Philippines, and from countries like US, Canada, as well as Middle East, that the quarantine restrictions be eased to reflect scientific reality as well as maintain prudence. I like what Paul said, to reflect scientific reality. What is the reality? Well, if we talk about cases, COVID cases, so the Philippines has more than 2.4 accumulated cases ever since this pandemic has started. Total cases natin, 2.4. Ilan ba dyan ang galing sa abroad? How many of those cases are coming from international travelers? 26,637 according to the DOH COVID tracker. 26,637, meaning 1.1% ng cases sa Pilipinas ay galing sa ating mga international travelers. Napakaliit. Scientific reality, very, very small. The cases coming from us, OFWs, balikbayans, and foreigners entering the Philippines is very small. So where are the cases coming from? It's here. It's local. Well, the 2,000 limit on inbound travelers in Manila should also be scrapped according to Presidential Advisor, Entrepreneurship, Joey Concepcion. Well, the 2,000 limit on the daily inbound travelers in Manila should be scrapped. Kailangan nang tanggalin yung travel cap according to Presidential Advisor, Joey Concepcion. Before the pandemic po, the inbound arrivals in Manila was 40,000 katao. But now, all airlines have to share the 2,000 arrival limit, which is why you guys wonder, oh, why is flight cancellation so frequent? Why did they cancel my flight? It's because of the travel cap. And what's the reason about the travel cap? Because of limited hotel quarantine facilities, because of the prolonged quarantine period. Kasi napakahaba yung quarantine, kulang yung hotel, kaya binawasan nila yung pwedeng makapasok sa bansa araw-araw. But according to PAL, from our perspective, it no longer makes sense. Yung nasa kusina, sunog na. Nakakandado pa front door mo. In English, the fire is already in the kitchen, but your front door is still locked. I-translate ko, in my understanding, yung cases, si COVID nandito na, pero tayo nakasirado pa rin. Bakit? Kasi nga hindi naman talaga yung cases galing sa abroad. Dito na po yan. At yung variants nakapasok matagal na. Pero yung bansa natin, naghihirap pa rin. Yung ekonomiya natin, hirap na. And if you look at our COVID trend, it has slightly gone down a bit. Just a bit. Kasi, this is my observation, guys, living in the Philippines 3 months into the pandemic, a lot of people here might have had COVID, but it was unreported. They didn't get testing, so they just healed on their own. Yes. In fact, a neighbor of us, a family friend, whole family lost their sense of taste, got fever, had cough, all the symptoms were there. Except for the difficulty of breathing, wala naman sila nun, but they all had other symptoms, no? And what they did, they just quarantined, sariling sikap lang. So, it's not just them. A lot, even relatives of ours and friends have told me, oh, nagkaganito ako. But we just dealt it on our own. People are scared to be tested. People are scared of testing because they think that if you're positive, though, if there is a negative, being positive seems like a bad thing to others, like parang you have a plague, parang ganun. And they're scared that the LGU will take them somewhere where there's a lot of COVID cases and they may get even worse. So, yeah. Actually, guys, parang living with COVID na nga kami dito. What I can share here. I look at restaurants, it's full. Earlier, buses were full. Naka-move on na pala ang mga tao. Mas natatakot na lang po sila na magutom. Now, about the proposal of airlines on the shorter quarantine of only 5 days for you guys, international travelers who are fully vaccinated. The Department of Health didn't welcome that. So far with their response, they still want to stick with their red, yellow, and green classifications. So far, what I can feel is that it's a no. But hey, let's wait another IATF meeting. They change rules first week of the month. So if it gets approved, we can expect first week of the month. But in my opinion, parang hindi tatanggapin. It's unlikely that IATF will approve of that proposal. Sorry about that, but that's how I feel like. I feel like it's not going to be approved. But hey, at least someone's fighting for us, airlines and presidential entrepreneurship Joy Concepcion. Because it's been a long time since anyone talked about shortening the quarantine again for international travelers. And about Governor Gwen's protocol, naku po, hindi din tinanggap. It wasn't accepted as well. The shorter quarantine is only for those coming from green countries or vaccinated in the Philippines. So again, guys, you don't have to message me asking Jennifer, how's the quarantine days? It's still the same, guys. If it gets approved nga, I will make a big update about it. But for now, really, it's still 10 days. And if for those planning to travel to the Philippines for Christmas, asking me, Jennifer, we want to have a vacation in the Philippines for December. What's the protocols? I don't know because December is still like September, October, November, 2.5 months away. I cannot tell what will be the protocol by then. They change the protocols like every 2 months or 3 months. So, let's see, maybe shorten quarantine na kayo by December. But for now, you don't have to ask me because I don't have an answer. Let's just stay updated with the rules. That's all we can do. So, this is the update for today. I'll see you again tomorrow po. And mag-ingat kayo, stay safe, God bless, and subscribe if hindi pa kayo nakasubscribe. I'll see you again, guys, sa next update. Bye!